What if you were listening to a podcast and the podcast host said something that just took the words right out of your thought process? You are so pleased with the way that this person has articulated your thoughts that you take the quote, create a quote poster, add the person's name who spoke such truth, and add the name of the podcast and post it on your Instagram stories. Well, that's not copyright infringement, right?
Feel my faith rising. I'm crawling out the trenches, holding me.
Hello, visionaries. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Maresa Talbert. I'm the founder and CEO of Talbert Law Office, your favorite go-to legal resource for all things business, nonprofit, and intellectual property law. While many content creators and entrepreneurs have a good working knowledge about copyright law, there are still so many people who are pretty unsure about how copyright law actually works. So while you may know that it's not the best idea to take a celebrity's photo and start printing graphic tees, you may not be as certain as to using a Getty image in your blog post. Or let's take another example. What if you were listening to a podcast and the podcast host said something that just took the words right out of your thought process? You are so pleased with the way that this person has articulated your thoughts that you take the quote, create a quote poster, add the person's name who spoke such truth, and add the name of the podcast and post it on your Instagram stories. Well, that's not copyright infringement, right? Well, there's an answer for that. So let's talk about it. Social media has definitely blurred the lines of what is considered copyright infringement versus what is considered fair use. If you're unfamiliar with fair use, last week I did a video talking about it, which I'll link up above and in the description box below. But until the law catches up, copyright infringement continues to be what it's always been. So how do we answer that question? Was that copyright infringement? My answer to that is, don't confuse copyright infringement with plagiarism. Copyright law provides creators with two broad groups of rights: moral rights and economic rights. Moral rights are personal to the actual creator of the work, and they cannot be sold or given away. Moral rights are mostly recognized abroad, where some countries actually allow a creator to agree not to exercise their moral rights, and some countries don't allow waiver at all. Specific moral rights include the creator's right to prohibit the use of its work in a way that hurts their reputation. For example, a gospel music artist may not want their music used in an adult film. Specific moral rights also include the right for a creator to remain anonymous. I won't review all the rights attached to moral rights, but you get the idea. On the other hand, we have economic rights. Economic rights protects creators by granting them the exclusive right to produce and reproduce, perform, and publish their works in any form or manner that they choose. This means that copyright owners have the exclusive right to control the adaptation of their work, such as from a book to a movie, the translation of their work into other languages, the communication of their work, the recording of their work, and the public performance of their work. But most importantly, economic rights creates a commercial market for creators to make money, hence the name economic rights. In the US, we favor and more commonly understand economic rights, and creators are allowed to transfer their economic rights in exchange for payment. So why does this matter when we go back to trying to answer the original question, which is whether you can use copyrighted material if you give credit to the source? This is important to know because when it comes to the enforcement of rights, only the copyright owner can enforce those rights, which means only the copyright owner can authorize or prohibit use of the copyrighted material. If you are the copyright owner, then you can enforce your economic rights and demand payment for use, especially unauthorized use. Now, if you have used someone else's work, it's going to be up to them as the copyright owner to enforce their economic rights against you and demand payment from you as a copyright infringer. But don't be fooled. Copyright owners are not only looking to enforce their rights against deep pockets, because remember, copyright owners also have moral economic rights. So it's the creator's prerogative, and you just never know. So, can you use someone else's copyrighted material if you credit the source? Well, of course you can, but I wouldn't recommend it. Alright, well that's all I have for this video. Leave me your questions in the comments, and until next time, this is Talbert Law Office, your favorite go-to legal resource for all things business, nonprofit, and intellectual property law. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
I done made it this far. I'ma keep it pushing, yeah. Even made it through the